just something important to think about.
Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you for your service. Have a good day. You can give it to your coworkers too. Thank you. Have a good day. So Matt, when we left off before the plane took off, you had said that you believe in God and you believe in heaven and hell. So do I. So we're on the same page there. Then you said that you thought the way that you would go to heaven would be by doing good works.
Yeah, I would say by being a good person.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, you don't have to be like perfect, like do all the right things. You can take maybe do some bad things, but as long as your morals are good, and I think that you're a good person.
So the Word of God says that we don't go to heaven by being a good person. And I want to explain that to you a little bit if you're open to that.
Sure.
So I believe it says that we all have sinned, which I think you would agree with that, right?
Yeah.
And none of us are going to be able to get into heaven by doing good works. So what I'm going to do is ask you just 4 questions, and I'm going to use the 10 Commandments. And what I'm going to be trying to do is a good person test with you to see if you're a good person and whether if God were to judge you according to His law, how you would do. Okay. So, have you ever lied in your life?
Yes.
Okay. So, what does that make you if you tell lies?
I would see it. I don't think, in my perspective, I don't think you're a bad person, but I could see it as deceiving.
Okay. What would you call me if I told you lies?
Liar.
Okay. See, it's a lot easier to say about somebody else than ourselves. It's very hard. Yes. So if you can understand